way it's going.
Yeah, actually, at this point, face whatever direction you'd like. There's no right or wrong. Whatever direction you'd like. And cameras are welcome at this point. The wind was facing that way for a little bit.
Yeah.
It was. Well, you said it was going that way. Exactly right here. It's not much. I didn't bring my camera.
Bit of a tundra. So, how many phones do you think have been lost over the side by now?
Well, not a lot actually. Most people hang on to this stuff pretty good. Which is surprising as much as they're out and about with them.
I got more in the house.
Yeah, there's actually some areas that still are green. I mean, they haven't even started yet, so it's kind of a real mix. The majority of them have, gone through the stages. There are some areas that are kind of protected for one reason or another.
Oh, look at that. This is so cool.
Yeah, I can.
Oh, you can see how the other roads are from here.
It's not familiar with from here.
Downtown Holly sits between those two water towers right there. The old village section. Holly kind of stretches north up here too, along Great Falls. A little bit more. The stuff that goes back to the 1800s is right there. The old village section.
About 400 feet?
Yeah, about 400 off the surface and climbing pretty quick. We'll take a look up there and see what's going on. Mount Holly Ski Lodge out here to the east.
Don't move too much, Gentry.
Sorry.
Wait till we get to that side.
But they had skiers going down the hill last weekend.
Doesn't look very big from here, though.
No, but the hill goes down a long ways on the
It's
other
a giant
side.
hole in the top of that shed.
Backside. This side here,
Warehouse
you can
thing.
see it's actually built on a hill.
A pool on top of their shed.
Hole on top of that. See?
Wow. Taking a picture of it.
Shiawassee River, right here, winding back and forth out your side there. You see it winding.
One thing different is I don't remember ever being kind of squished almost over the edge of the balloon like this.
The canoers can just about touch hands as they, well, you can see a couple areas here where if you're on one side versus the other side, you can
Really tight.
touch hands to the ones. This isn't as close as it gets over here, though. Over there where there's no trees, there's that open section. It literally comes right back to the side.
It's an airport over there.
Is that a detainment pond over there?
No, those are actual lakes. That's the campground right there is the one you see there. There's no they closed at the end of last month as far as for the winter for camping. Now the park is open for everything else, but the campground is closed. Yeah, that's the Seven Lakes State Park. You can see the bigger beach way over there, and there's a few cars added out there at the big beach. The farther lake you see way out there is Lake Fenton.
To the rightish?
Yeah, to the right. Yep, that's the Lake Fenton.
That's,
the one,
you can see
there's a
right to
little
the bottom of
airport
the
over
lake.
there. You can see a little strip. It looks like a road, but it's real straight. That's a little airport over there, Lyndon Price Airport. Those lakes are Silver Lake and Nema.
They started to build a subdivision, then just stopped.
Over there, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. turn it into a dirt track.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
This is about 2,000 foot right here off the surface. We're now a lot closer to the clouds than we are to the ground. The clouds are not real high together. We put them at about 3,000 foot, so we'll have to stay a little bit there the way it is. Got to leave room for the airplanes to come down through and still see us. A little bit of speed up here, going about 18 miles an hour. Got on the ground was just 2 or 3.
You ever hear of skydivers want you to pick them up?
Oh yeah. I've taken some.
How high do you got to get with them?
It depends. I mean, you literally could jump from this altitude, although you wouldn't have any free fall time. You'd want to open your chute right away. But I mean, most of the time they'll go up about 10,000. Yeah, 8 to 10,000.
You don't have any trouble getting them up there.
Oh no. Balloons are capable of going higher than the airliners. We would need oxygen to go up, a lot higher
Over
than that.
12, right?
Yeah, exactly. So oxygen would be the requirement. But the balloon is capable of it, no problem. And at cold temperatures like this, you'd want to wear cold weather wear too, because you are going to lose a couple degrees every 1,000 feet. Okay. And the balloon makes up for it in about the first 5,000 foot. Anything past that, then you are going to start cooling off pretty well.
That pond, the way the water's freezing, looks kind of like a potassium.
That airport was a lake.
I think it's amazing. The Shiawassee River is down here. Man, look how bad that road is. Oh, it's broken up, cracks everywhere.
You don't want to land on that.
That's pretty bad when you can see a pothole from 2,000 feet up,
Find down there?
Just hop out of the road to her.
Oh, those are easy to find. There's lots of them. Lots of them.
It's interesting how much the red cars stand out.
All the down lumber over here looks kind of cool. Down wood. See those white lines? Those are trees, I think, lying on the side.
Yeah, and you know what? A lot of them are those ash trees that the ash blowers got
That killed.
about 10 years back. And now they're all starting to fall every time the wind blows.
That fire in the distance there.
It is, yeah. Well, yeah, there's a few spots every now and then. If you look
On the
around,
right or left?
it's kind of
To the right.
yeah. Yeah, they said it was supposed to be a mostly sunny afternoon. I think they missed that a little bit.
Well, there's some sun over there.
There is some. It's partly sunny, maybe, or mostly. What this would be called is mostly cloudy.
Mostly cloudy.
But that's okay. I like the clouds personally. I think it gives you a better flight. I mean, I don't mind a little bit of sun, but boy, if you have the whole nothing but blue sky, that's not the best flight. You always have the sun in your eyes for one, but even if it's not, it just never seems to be the best ones. You want to have some clouds.
Have you had a lot of trouble with the wind this year?
Oh man, yes, it's been really
horrible.
windy.
Isn't it?
Oh, horrible.
We
Horrible
fish
windy
on
year.
the bay. I got a 20-foot lunge, and we don't even go out if it's over 5 because the waves are.
Yeah.
I haven't been out in 2.5 months.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
never happened.
No, I can
before.
believe it. Worst fall I've ever seen. We had a real nice stretch in September of about 10 days. We flew every single flight. But other than that,
Just
worst
blowed and blowed,
October ever. I've gone back 15 years of our history. We didn't keep records of the weather back farther than that, but 15 years this was the worst October. September came in barely average, but that was only because we had 10 days of non-stop flying.
Otherwise it would
have been a terrible September. Summer wasn't good. Spring was terrible. Summer was about average at best. Your July and June wasn't too bad, but it was windy. In between was windy. I had a lot of windy flights. I mean, we keep them pretty much on the light side anyway, but we had a lot of them on the edge. So the ones we were able to fly were pretty breezy. I just not a good summer. Not a good year.
Do you fly like will you just fly in January?
We fly year round, yeah.
Do you?
The number of flights in January is slim pickings though, because winter does tend to be a windier time of year anyway.
Right.
So we just don't get very many days. It's not the cold temperatures that really keep us from flying, although there is extra work we have to do.
So what would be, if it was a certain temperature you would
Below zero, yeah, we really start getting concerned. Not so much for the flight itself, but for passengers during the initial part and the pack-up. When we're not in the van and we're not in the building, but we're not yet in the balloon. Because in the balloon, even zero or below zero is not too bad. I mean, you want to bundle because your feet aren't going to get any heat down there. But they're not also going to get any breeze. So we're warmer than snowmobiling or skiing or any of those things. So as long as you know how to dress for it, you'll be fine. But that initial part when we're getting things inflated or the pack-up, that can just be downright cold. And frostbite, when you start talking 10 below zero, that can happen in a minute or two. It doesn't take very much time. And unfortunately, we find that a lot of people do not dress for it properly, no matter what we say.
Look at the flight of birds. Right down there.
They'll come out in what I call
Oh, we should be looking for deer.
It'll be a dress and...
Where?
I don't know, everywhere.
You see a deer?
No, I said we should be looking for deer.
Well, they're dressed like they're going out on the town tonight. It's like, man, you're not going to be inside where it's warm. You see the birds still?
Oh, no, I see.
And again, face whatever direction you want. There's no front or back. I mean, usually just out's your best way, but if you want to look across, whatever you want, it's up to you. I will.
Don't move around too much, okay? Stop it.
And anytime we cross water, if you look straight down.
I'm not used to being this far out the balloon.
Look at all those tires.
Please stop. Now look at, there's a crater.
Yeah, kind of down there.
See it right there?
I
wonder what that's about.
Saw that video where they were skimming. It looked like 3 feet above it.
Oh, we'll come right down to that.
One summer.
Well, I mean, there's different questions there. What do I think is prettiest versus what do I think is the easiest? I mean, prettiest is every season is something to see, honestly. But the easiest time is going to be your June, July, and August. We'll get about 70% of the entire year's worth of flying in those 3 months. Now, that doesn't mean that another year might not be a really great November or a really great April. But on average, June, July, August. Coming in on clear chase, mostly east, but a little variation between we're about midpoint between East Holland and Grange Holland. Hard to say what's going on. We'll see in a bit.
Yeah, you can't swim for it. You gotta go for it, don't you?
Or maybe me.
It's interesting seeing the ice form. Isn't it neat?
That breeze you feel is us coming down into calmer wind, but the reason you feel it as a breeze is because we're being pushed through it. The envelope, see, we're just now starting to get out of it, but the envelope is still, or the balloon portion is still in the wind. So we're being drugged through the calm air that's on the ground.
How tall is it from our feet to the top?
About 110 feet. Yeah, it's this is a big one. That reflection is going to be straight below us if you look straight down as soon as you look.
No, don't, Gentry.
Right down the side.
It's just reflection. It's not that big of a deal,
Oh,
guys.
it's really cool looking. That's awesome.
No, it is.
Yeah, it's really cool. Look at it.
I
got a picture of it.
Oh,
scared or something?
Oh, you can see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I can't look over and see it, but I can hold my phone.
Oh, okay.
Is that the time you got the phone? I'm saving these photos they're taking.
Oh, I'll if you want, I'll put this video up on YouTube if you want. I know it's going to be part of a thing I'm working on, but I can put it up there in its entirety if you would like. I'll let you know what the address is. The link.
Oh, look at it from all the boats going in and out there. And they must have and there's quite a drop off there, isn't there? Yeah. So what do you suppose caused the holes in the ice like that? Is that from birds landing on it or fish poking their heads in? Maybe people throwing rocks. Are they just gonna leave a pontoon in there? That is quite an interesting place for a pontoon, isn't it?
me the picture you took of me.
No, I got a good one.
Yeah, I wonder if it's intentional. Doesn't seem like it'd be good in the winter.
I'll take my gloves off.
Yeah, we can take. Are we good? Like, one more thing, go see the bathroom. I mean, it would be cool.
You know, it looks like they may have had a dock that went sunk. Look past the pontoon now, you can see there's...
Can we zoom in on it?
Like, really, Mom.
She wants you to step back 5 feet.
Yeah.
That's what she's going for. So.
Right up on the ledge.
Is really a better spot to take a picture. Yeah, if you, like, can you shift this way?
That's a good shot.
I think that's just the motor on the back. Oh, there is a couple logs laying over there beside it.
Right.
Do a funny base.
My goodness, you just took 12. They're not going to change.
I don't know what that's about.
So do you just have to pull the lever and the red lever there and that turns it on?
Each one's individual. So I can pull all three. Three for a shorter period of time or one for a long time.
Okay.
Yeah. They can fly off of just one burner, but it's going to take a lot longer each time.
Right. What are the heating elements?
Those actually take the fuel up and preheat the fuel so that it increases the pressure dramatically from what you're getting out of the tank. You only get about 80 pounds or so out of the tank. By the time it goes through that coil, it's in the thousands of pounds of pressure.
Awesome.
And we're not taking just the gas, we're taking the actual liquid portion of the gas, so we take the liquid up through the coil. Almost all your furnaces and stuff use just the gas from the top of the liquid. It evaporates into gas.
Yeah.
Where do you get tanks with that much pressure?
Well, the tanks, the propane makes the pressure on its own. It naturally has that much pressure depending on temperature. Cooler the temperature, the less pressure. So that's, I started to mention, when we do really cold flying, there's some things we have to do a little different. That's one of them is our pressure in the tank. But that's a different story. But it naturally has pressure, so there's no mechanical system there making it. Yeah.
I didn't realize that the 20-pound tanks that we use had that kind of pressure.
Yeah, that's about 80
cool.
pounds, which is not a tremendous amount.
No,
I mean, it's not like a
Pontoon of the sky.
nitrogen or hydrogen or something.
Air
No
compressor
cylinder,
runs
yeah.
120
Although I need to
Yeah,
make a
yeah,
point
exactly.
to lose,
That's why you can use
like
those
two
tanks,
inches
well,
off
maybe
my
not
waist.
for next year. Use tanks or the old tanks for little air tanks.
Don't weigh ourselves. We just
Yeah, when they
measure
all
our
have
girth.
reusable-
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of them converted to air tanks.
Don't care how many pounds, just as long as we can all fit.
They're good, 'cause they're good up to about 250 pounds. When they're new.
Yeah, yeah.
When they're rusty and old, who knows? And don't worry about the tops of the trees. The tops of the trees are soft. Or as I say, the trees have more bark than bite.
Holy cow, the line's 1 point difference.
There's some deer right there. There's a deer right there. It's right there. It's behind those trees. It'll run out maybe, and when it hears that noise again.
You know what I'm saying? It's like no, I don't like that, so I'm not gonna do that. But also,
I don't know if you can see it now. There's too many trees in front of it. It might run into that clearing right there, though. I don't think it will. No, it's hiding in the trees.
no. Did he invited you guys to? You can't go. Okay. Yeah, I told James he could. I mean, we'd have to get a. It's the Wednesday we're working too. We'd have to get a babysitter, which would be fine. But it's just like it is fun. And I told James to go. I mean, James could go. Oh, there's a deer. There's a deer. Running right there. Running right there. I was gonna say it's a little one, but I don't know.
The Lions beat the Panthers.
Gotta be kidding me.
For real? Wait, I'm asking about the guy. Oh, but okay.
Well, we definitely have coyote around here. I didn't see it.
All I could see
I
was
think we need a knife to drop on the coyote. Coyotes deserve to die.
It probably
You're
won't
right.
be.
Why?
The fox are the
Coyotes
little
are
red
little
fox, so they're
shits
not
that
very
eat
big.
dogs.
The coyotes, they're pretty good.
Well, you know, maybe. But I know where we used to live, we had coyote, and they never bothered our dog, our beagle.
Well, we don't know how many beagles we actually went through.
Well,
Hunters kept losing their beagles, come back, we'd get another beagle.
Hunting season, of course. Well, the bow's been out open and stuff for a while.
but the
rifle's
beagle was there
open now,
before
so,
the coyotes came,
they've
though,
got
so
'em-
maybe
they've
that's
got
the
'em pretty
difference.
Stirred up. Basically, any noise and they hide or run. There are a lot of seasons where the deer will just stand there and watch us fly by. They don't really get frightened of us. I mean, they'll swoop sometimes
the
if we're
noise
close and they happen
from
to
the-
blast the burner, but
yeah.
most of the time, they actually don't really care about us. This time of year, if they
There's
hear
a
voice,
person walking over there, and
Yeah.
there's a hunter, I guess.
Yeah, a lot of hunting.
See the hunter
Have
right
you ever
there?
gotten requests for hunting from
I
up
have.
here?
I have. It's about a 50-50 bet on hunters. They either love me or hate me. You know, for everyone that says I chased a deer away, someone else will say I chased one to them. So,
Love-hate relationship.
Whatever happened with that
there's a
llama
guy right there.
farmer? Is he still around?
Where?
Is it the guy in the orange walking through the woods?
I don't know for sure.
No,
I haven't
no,
flown
no.
directly over it in a little while, so I don't
looks
know
like
if they
he's
still have it or
picking
not.
something
I
up.
think they do.
Oh, really?
So anyways, it's like when you go.
There's actually somebody that has kangaroos.
What?
Oh,
How
really?
about kangaroos? It's the opposite direction.
Yeah.
We were flying the one day, and yeah, we seen
Oh,
kangaroos.
that's at, what is it?
It's just somebody. It doesn't look like it's any kind of business or anything.
Outside in this temperature?
Well, I didn't see them this temperature. This was
Okay.
during the summer, but yeah, I don't know what they do with them in the winter.
Yeah, I don't think they could deal with
farm
this.
have cows?
Cows? What about them?
Did the farm have cows?
Oh, did it? It might have. They did have other animals. I know they had like emus, the big ostrich kind of. Yeah, they had those for sure. I don't know if they had cows or not. It wasn't a very big place. It was actually a relatively small. You know, maybe 10 acres.
I don't know if you scare like a dairy cow at all, it really impacts milk production for a few days afterwards.
Oh, really? Most of the cows around here, maybe it's because we've been in the area so long, really just kind of stand there. They don't use. Every now and then, if I get far enough away, and I happen to go over some cows, I'll see them move around a bit like they're a little spooked. But honestly, most of them just stand right there, just keep right on munching away. They don't seem to care too much about us.
I mean, all the cars and everything around have to be used to.
Was that
Yeah,
Mount
the
Holly?
Noises and stuff, yeah. I'm sure if you flew in an area that was, you know,
Is it Mount
never
Holly?
flew,
Yeah,
you'd
it is,
probably
isn't it?
spook a lot of different animals that don't spook around here. Same thing with horses. It's not the horses that spook, but sometimes the owners. And of course, if the owner comes out in a panic, the horses will all go in a panic. They follow whatever the owner does. The owner comes out calm and waves at you. The horses basically look up and put their head right back down.
Should have told that to the emu guy.
A little. We've been going this northeast for a bit, but as I go up, we tend to start switching a little bit more to the right.
We're in right towards Mount Holly, is that?
Yeah, a little bit to the south of it, but yeah, pretty much straight on.
Do you remember? Have you ever done this? That was out at Fenton County.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
We were out there. That was so cool
We
to
get over
see.
there a lot, yeah.
Have you ever flown anywhere outside the country?
Well, Canada. I've not done any other. No. Some of the pilots have though. I had a couple pilots that flew here in the winter because we don't get as much flying in the winter. They would go down to places like Australia or other areas that stayed warm out of the country.
I could imagine, like
There
actually,
was
like
one,
Ireland.
yeah,
would be
one went to
interesting.
Africa. He used to have some real stories though. You had to be careful because some of the rides came with dinner. Only you were the dinner.
Yeah, because I imagine if you landed in a
They
bad
would
place.
land sometimes in the I don't know what it was, bristle, whatever kind of weed, but literally would be way higher than the basket. So they would see nothing, but they literally be sitting down in the weeds. Couldn't
wow.
see nothing. And you know, this was before GPS, so they basically like have to send up a flare or somehow try to mark their position. Smoke was one way, but they'd hear is some thrashing going on, and these guys would come through, literally chopping the trail out to it. To build, you know.
Well, you definitely had to have a good crew on the ground
Oh,
for
man.
you then.
Well, they'd get 10 or 15 locals that, you know. Of course, they may not speak the language for you or anything, but anyway, they had some stories to tell. They were not all rosy, but a lot of it to do with the large animals. Because most of the flying takes place in the protected refuge areas where there's a lot of wild animals out there. So they had to really be careful about the times that they flew when it wasn't the times when the animals were hungry. And to top off the fact that you might become lunch, you pay about $1,000 a person to take those rides.
Yeah. Well, they probably got some hefty insurance, although if they're out of the country,
No,
you might
they're
not.
Out of the country, you got to make sure you do your homework because those guys, a lot of those places like that, break a leg or something, they'll just drop you off at the hospital on the way out and say, "Hey, have a great holiday." I mean, you know, they don't have any liability in some of those countries. The United States is basically the only country that you're really protected quite well. Yeah,
How about Canada?
not even so much. Yeah.
Hey,
They're going to be similar to us. Their rules are quite similar, but not as much.
I was going to ask you too. Is Craig still
yeah.
working for it? Does he works for you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Yeah, he actually was going to fly tonight. We had a couple more groups on, and I guess it got too cold for him. They decided to wait till spring.
Oh. No, this isn't bad.
Oh, not well.
You know, people are not used to going outside anymore, though, so it doesn't take much to make them cancel on you.
I think this is comfortable. I got to tell you, it can be awfully hot in the summer months.
Yeah.
You
That's
come
why
out
we
on a
always go-
70 or 80 degree day, it
Yeah.
can be a real blast furnace. It's much easier
Yeah.
to dress up a little bit
Yeah.
than it is
Exactly.
to try to cool down.
Oh, yeah.
And they
Yeah.
don't realize I have to heat the balloon a lot hotter, so it's not
Yeah.
that little bit of warmth coming down on an 80 degree day. It's a blast furnace coming
Yeah.
down on an 80 degree day.
Yep.
I would much rather go on a day like this than an 80 degree day.
Oh, yeah.
Now, 50, if if I could dial it in, 50 degrees would be like right on the money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's like the perfect temperature. But how long do we get that in Michigan? You know, we get like 2 days of 50, and then it's either 100 or it's 0.
Yeah.
And we do have castles in America, don't we? Right here's one.
Spring and fall anymore. We go straight from summer to winter. We have 2 seasons now. We don't have 1.
We have like 2 days of spring. It's okay. The mud season.
I mean, I remember the times when we'd have fall and it would be nice for 2 months. Now it's just windy and rainy.
Yeah, weather extremes.
Of course, I get yelled at because it's windy and rainy. It's the one thing I can't do anything about.
You said we were gonna go
Oh
today.
my gosh. It's a me now world. It's not the same as it was.
Well, and then too, it's also can be very deceiving because there'll be a day that looks good to you, but then it's not, though,
Yeah,
and we
exactly.
don't know
And
it.
it's all about the wind to us. I mean,
Yeah.
it can look perfect, but if the winds are not right, that's not good.
Yeah.
That's not just what are the winds doing on the ground. I mean, we're not flying on the ground. We're flying up here. It's really all about what the winds are doing up here.
You have days that you can't fly when the winds are fine. It's just they're going in the wrong direction, and you know what I mean. Landing spots.
Direction's not going to be a problem for us.
You can land pretty much in the
Yes,
street.
we can. Now, I got to tell you, there's a lot of places that's not the case. I mean,
Yeah.
they would have a real problem in certain directions, but for this area here, we're good. Yeah, it's all about speed. Speed and predictability. I mean, it's not always even speed. You could have a 7-mile-an-hour day that gets canceled and an 11 to 12-mile-an-hour day that we fly. I'd much rather have a 12-mile-an-hour that I know is going to be 12, that I can predict is 12, than one that is unknown.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And yet it might only be 7 at a time, but if there's a front moving in or something, you can get some weird things.
Marshalling. Bait pile, yeah.
I literally spend hours
Corn.
every day looking at things. That's the only way you can do it year after year after year consistently and say, we just can't find out if you do a forecast or something.
They tell us what they're going to be on the bay 3 hours before we leave. We get up there, 5 miles an hour up there is different.
You're one of the few that would understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Unless you deal with the weather a lot like that, you just don't, you know, you think these forecasts have accuracy, they don't. There's very little accuracy.
And they're only doing ground winds. They don't got to do this.
Exactly. They're not even looking
They
for
can't even get that right.
Can't even get that right. Yeah, there are days where the ground winds can be 5 or 6 miles an hour, and the winds just 100 foot off the trees are coming along the third. That's a day that we don't like. And yet, how do you try to tell somebody who's looking out and looking at the flags and the trees and they're not doing anything, and they're thinking, "Oh, that looks crazy." That's wrong. We just don't have time yet. Or the other one I get is, "Oh, you must not have enough people."
Well, we learn more.
You guys want to get something to eat after this? We could go someplace little, you know, like an Applebee's or something that's not that, I mean, unless you're really hungry.
Sure.
Just thought, I'm getting kind of hungry. I haven't eaten that much today, but...
There's a lot of pilots around here, quote, unquote, you could call them competitions, they know that I, spend a lot of them are doing it as a hobby sport, so they don't have time.
Somebody's yelling, hear it? Is that a person yelling?
Yeah, there's a kid in the front yard right there.
Oh, he's waving at us. Where's he at?
He's right there in the middle of the yard, in the red.
Oh, yeah. Here, I'll zoom in on
There's
him.
more.
There's 3 of them.
Okay.
They're right down there.
They want to go. Go down there and get him, Eric.
They want us to pick them up, huh?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to run.
I really hope that dude didn't find a deer. He can't shoot.
Oh, they're running with a balloon.
I think you get some future riders in here.
There he is again, still yelling. He must not be from this area. He's not used to seeing a balloon, is he?
It's a pretty well dug out trail.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, maybe we're over the park somewhere.
Oh, they look like they've been cleared almost.
Yeah, they do. They think that
It looks like a park. Those are
I
trails
don't
for
see
a
any
park.
official way of getting in there.
Maybe
No,
this
that's
is.
from the homeowners around here.
You think so?
That's not a park.
Well, if anything, they probably actually they might like.
Look at all those trails, man. I'm gonna check them out. Sometime. Oh no, there's poles along
Just
some
take
of them.
no look at if you park your car right there off the exit. You could probably walk up this street and access the trail.
Where are we at? What road is that right there? That's Expressway.
Expressway right there. That's
Oh, then we're over that park where your dad broke his leg.
this is not park underneath us.
Oh, it's not?
No, there's a park on the other side of the road. The Groveland Oaks County Park
Yeah.
is there, and then Holly Rec is just to the south of it.
Oh, but this really is private land then.
Well, most of it is. I do think that the
Groveland
state
Oaks.
owns some of the land up in here.
You guys keep the
just to the
Groveland
north
Oaks?
of us. This used to all be private over here, but then I think the state did manage to swoop some of it up during the recessions and the property tax not being paid and stuff.
Nice land though.
Yeah, but there's no official park entrance or anything like that over here. Nothing like that.
Oh, but you think it would be all right to go on the trails?
I don't think so. I don't know. Though.
Huh.
There's no signs that I've ever seen saying that you can.
The only thing I'd be scared of is hunters.
Oh yeah, right now I wouldn't.
I'm
No.
pretty sure they pretty much just use it as a playground down there and hunting.
A lot of downed trees right there.
There's a hunter right there.
So we're seeing more hunters than we are deer, huh?
Yeah,
You're getting fines. You put apples out, you can claim it over there.
well, that's what I think. Yeah, exactly.
So cool. You never see inside those.
Oh yeah, what is this?
I think that's a BMX, or not BMX, what's motocross? It looks like a race car. See all the tires?
That's the one they're trying to open up. They're trying to open it up for a year or two now. Now I guess it's out for like 2020. But it is going to be for ATVs, jeeps, whatever, motorcycles.
Oh, really?
Yeah, an off-road vehicle park.
Oh, that's where all of those colored tires are. I've been seeing those little tire sculptures. I was wondering what it was about.
Just south of us.
Because when you're going down the expressway, you can see those little tire sculptures. There's some of them right there on that parking lot.
See some of the cars are going out of the lane because it's kind of scary at us.
Oh, yeah.
See, there's one of those sculptures that I see from the road all the time.
Yes, yes.
And there goes that one.
It's got GPS on it. Plenty of battery. We can scour it around.
Yeah, I can imagine the screen's probably going to be all right on it when we find
It
it.
would be actually.
A lot of glass now has a lot of
We
sapphire.
can test how many feet is it supposed to be good for in a drop.
I dropped it from 40 feet once and it's no one hitching. Oh, they do some shooting back here.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the first page of people.
My car is just kind of chilling out down there.
Lots of snow on their windshields, like they've been there for a long time. Oh, it's a junkyard.
Probably some cheap cars they picked up for like $500 a piece, and just use for their own amusement.
Are they gonna jump them or something?
Yeah, you just.
What kind of mine was this, or is it? I'm not sure if it's just sand they're getting out of here or what. One of them does cement. I don't think it's this one, but one of them actually makes the mix for cement.
Okay.
But this one I think is just getting mostly the sand out of here. Eventually they'll probably put some, $500,000 homes in here and turn it into some little lakes and stuff. But that's many years off. Right now it's sand, and every now and then I'll see gravel too, so I think they get gravel, although you don't see it.
Oh, you can see. They got layers of something in there.
If you take and put your camera just a little out of focus, you can say you flew over the great, the canyon.
Canyon.
Grand Canyon.
Does it snow the Grand Canyon?
Well, yeah, sometimes.
The northern part, probably in Colorado.
Oh, look at all the tires. Are they using this to dump? Somebody is.
Well, actually, that's the heat that I put in back.
Look at all them tires. There's a mountain of tires right there.
Yeah, the cord has nothing to do with going in. That's all just a...
Maybe those are the tires that they're using for their sculptures.
I think he's collecting tires and he's using. He's trying
But look
to
at
get
there's a bunch of them in that dirt. They're inside the dirt. Like it's not like they're on top of it. They're like somebody tried to bury them or something, I think.
They're skiing right now.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I know what I'm doing.
You know, skiing?
Yeah, want to go?
No, not really.
It's so
Take a look. If I can, I'll bring a guy down there. You'd have to do some awful fast running if that's the case. Coming down 20 feet from the cliff. Come through the trees, Chase, through the trees. Okay, guys, we're going to touch down right past this flagpole. We're going to do a little touch right here. Try to stop it. Right? Stop it.